Well, what I thought was going to be another few days up here in the mountains, just enjoying these incredible days and incredible sunsets, I ended up having to go again back into town for Lilly, where Lilly apparently got a slip disc in her back. So while I was there, I decided I could take care of some things I needed to take care of. And yeah, you got it. I forgot to plug my mic in, and I also lost a whole lot of footage on my GoPro. But what I did here is I came in, had to clean the stove, so took about 5 or 6 times up and down the ladder, and I won't bore you with that, and just using the brush and pulling it in and out, back and forth, until I finally got the stupid thing clean enough to call it a day. I'm also super excited about this. I've been looking for an outdoor propane grill that'll work for me for I can't tell you how long. This is called a Magna. It's not RV. It really is a boat grill. That's what they're known for, marine. And this thing just hits all the bells and whistles. It's stainless steel, has foldable legs, has a locking lid handle, which is going to work great for keeping it tucked away in the back in my cabinet. Removable, everything's removable. The grill's removable. The burner part is removable. The slider to clean it all out. It's just should last a really long time. Another thing that's important to me is how it's going to work for my propane system. In this hand, I've got your standard propane bottle, 1-pounder that works great. Of course, I don't need that. That's what it comes with. And you can get this attachable one, which is for a low pressure RV propane system. Those are very rare, and finally found this one. Also, while I was at it, I took some time, went into town, got some aluminum, and built myself a table. And we're going to show you that in a little bit. But during this whole thing, I thought this was so cute. Lily comes over after I was grabbing my tools and just decides that it's her position to guard my tools as she looks around the neighborhood and sees if anybody's around and gives a little bark to say, hey, these are my dad's tools, leave them alone. And I just thought that was too much. So I got the table up here, giving it all a test. I used push pin hood pins to open and close it, and just some cable attachments to be able to remove it and put it away. And it works like a charm. Grill works great. I made some great burgers and steaks and all the good stuff while I was up there. While I was giving Lily time to heal at my buddy Bill's place where I'm kind of staying, I also did one more project. I needed to make a countertop, and well, here it is. The table is turning out pretty nice. Got a thing of tung oil and citrus blend on this. Has a nice smell to it. This has to soak in for an hour and then be removed, or not removed, but patted down basically. So it's Hope's tung oil mixed 1-to-1 with Nature's Orange. Now, the reason I went this route is, well, as you can see here, this has blood grooves, 2 of them actually, one here and one here. This is so I don't mix the meats and the vegetables or whatever I happen to be, prepping on here. And that's what I've decided is I don't really need a sink per se, because I just never use it. So what I'm going to do is I still have the sink holes, which is going to allow them to come up, but I'm putting one of those collapsible tubs on here, and I'll use that for water when I need it, and be able to dispose of the water when I need to. That removes all the plumbing underneath, removes the sink, and gives me all that free storage space back. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. This is definitely something you want to be aware of. Read all the instructions if you're doing this. It's one of those types of materials that's, once you have rags with it, you have to really clean those rags out because they can be flammable. So you don't want to take those, throw them in a bucket and leave them there. The air dries it, but the air also heats it. so it can become flammable. So they have to be completely washed out and everything, and then set out to dry in a safe location, which I've already done. But again, going back to this, the reason I use this is because there are very few products, make note of this, there are very few products that you can use on a butcher block, and that's what this is going to be. A lot of things will say that they're safe, but if you read the instructions carefully, like Watco is one company, it says very specifically on their instructions, do not use on a surface you will be cutting on, because that surface can be what do I want to say? The surface of that is a hard surface, and it can be broken with a knife, and then that product can get into your food. So you want to use something that says that you can use as a cutting surface, and this is the only thing I found that can be used like that has a really good maintenance life. Like, you only have to do it hopefully once a year. Everything else, like mineral oil, you're literally supposed to use that stuff at least once a month, and at least probably for the first few months you should be using it probably once a week, to really get the surface to prepare properly. So, and that's coming from a woodworker, and also some of my own research I did. So yeah, so this is what we're doing, and it is looking pretty nice. That's going to be a very nice, we even milled, well, we didn't mill it down, but we cut this to a 1-inch surface versus the 1.5-inch surface that you normally have on a butcher block. And it came out really nice. This is a walnut and a maple combination. Burns. Pretty cool. Now we gotta let it dry for 12 hours and then resurface it and do 2 coats of that. So this is a couple day project. Well, that's it, guys. I don't know what you're used to. I hope to be on the road traveling again soon, but hopefully with a healed Lilly girl, and we can do some more adventures. Thanks for hanging in there.